Hey Siri, call Jenna.
Hey friends, ambitious souls, welcome to Sorta Ambitious, the podcast where two moms navigate the chaotic yet beautiful journey of motherhood and entrepreneurship.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Jenna.
And together we're your dynamic duo diving into the real, unfiltered tales of balancing diapers and deadlines.
Whether you're juggling nap time, creating content, swapping parenting hacks, business tips, Sorta Ambitious is your go-to space for all things mom life and entrepreneurship.
We're not claiming to have it all figured out, but we're here to share our stories, passions, and the occasional chaos that comes with running a business and a household.
Expect candid conversations about the struggles, triumphs, and the messy middle ground where ambition meets mom life.
And hey, if you're a mompreneur or someone trying to navigate this crazy world, you're in good company with us. We've got your back.
So buckle up, grab your coffee or wine, no judgment here, and join us every week as we embark on this sorta ambitious journey together. Because let's face it, life gets a bit messy, it's a lot ambitious, and completely worth it.
All right, you guys, we are here in Houston, Texas for this episode, and we wanted to do a jump back into Sorta Ambitious with a rapid fire catch you up podcast. Since we've been gone for 6 months, we recognize we've been gone.
We literally just turn them off. We're like, you know what?
So rather than deep dive and give you guys all the nitty gritties, which we love, but we have a lot coming up.
Let's just do one.
We thought it'd be fun to just ask each other some random rapid fire questions about the last 6 months of our lives, get you up to speed, as well as jump into 2024. So Jenna, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can start. I have like 5 questions.
Perfect.
Okay.
I have 4 because I like even numbers, but
Okay, I do know that about you. I just actually only wrote 4, and then I got the last one is basically 2.
Okay. Love it.
Together. Okay. First one, just best memory of the last, like, I feel like there's been, we've done a lot together, which you wouldn't think we have, you guys. But because Shannon lives in Arkansas and I live in Oregon, but we are both in Texas. So yeah, just best memory.
Goodness. I guess I would say Christmas is what I can remember. No, I already take that back.
Actually, I have a better memory.
I'm going to go with Halloween. This was the first year, my son being 2.5, almost 3, around Halloween. I feel like he was really invested in his costumes. He was so excited about holidays in general. But I just did a crafty Halloween costume for my family and I, having him as Mike Wazowski, my husband as Sully, and me as George Sanderson, the orange monster. And so this was our first year being able to go trick-or-treating. He was so excited. And my favorite moment was at the very end of the night, my husband carrying my son on his shoulders and them singing the theme song to Monsters, Inc. together, just at the top of their lungs, having the best time. So sweet. I watched that video over and over and over again to hear that moment again. That was my best moment of the last 6 months.
Ew, I love that. I'm not crying. 4 seconds in. Beautiful.
I had the exact same question though. What was your brightest memory of the last 6 months?
So we moved into a really beautiful cabin. But it's really, really small. And so when we moved in, I was like starting to panic that like my stuff's not going to fit. I have to put more in storage than I thought. And like it turns into a beautiful memory, I promise. Because at first it was like, this is stressing me out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I am happy with my decision. And I'm kind of just was really nervous about it. And then it snowed. And I was like, I feel like it all melted away. All my like anxiety about being in such a small space. Not that my apartment was huge, but like there's no closets in this place, you guys. Picture that, okay?
A beautiful cabin.
It's so cute. So like when it snowed and like I felt like I was surrounded by like literally like a snow globe. Like, that's what I kept telling my mom. Like I'm looking out every corner of my house and I can just see like white snow and pretty wood trees, and I was like, okay, this is nice. Like it is really nice to be out of an apartment, to be in a house, to have a yard, all those things. Yeah. So I think just like we've waited 2 years to move into the cabin. So like it does feel good now that we're just like in that space. But it was a rough memory.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's really beautiful. So
Yeah, and now you love it.
And now I love it. Okay, something you're looking forward to this year. Shannon has she's busy, you guys. Her calendar's full.
I am looking forward to, I guess, two things come to the top of my head. Once again, I feel like it's just because of my son's age, but he's coming up on his 3rd birthday. He's extremely excited about his birthday.
Yeah,
he's
in a couple weeks.
In a couple weeks. He's involved in the planning. He is so excited to have all his friends at his house. He's already thinking, like, he's already planned out what gifts he wants to give to them before they leave. So, like, I'm really excited to have a true birthday with him. I know that 3 years old is probably still, like, who knows if he's going to remember it or not. But first birthday, doesn't remember. Second birthday was out the wind because we had just moved and we knew no one. Really excited for 3rd birthday. And we also have some beautiful trips planned and coming up, and putting our priority into our family and spending family time with just the 3 of us as a unit, because that hasn't been a priority, not in a negative way, but we've prioritized other people's activities and going to other people's things and taking time for our unit and spending time with each other. So if all goes to plan, we have some beautiful things for our family. You know, who knows what will happen, but hopefully those podcasts will come out and I can tell you all about our journeys.
I love that. These questions really weren't supposed to make me get emotional. They were just supposed to be like, oh my God, I missed you. But like,
of course,
emotions are high when I'm with Shannon because she just makes me really happy. So
okay, but what's silly is we wrote the same questions down. What are you looking forward to in 2024?
I came up here, sat down, we were like, write down 6 questions and let's just bust this out really quickly. And so now that we're talking about it, we wrote the same questions. That's funny. We're clearly really good hosts. I'm looking forward to my honeymoon. I think it's been really hard to prioritize me and Kyle time. Like, since obviously having our son, like, we just, don't have like childcare all the time. My sister does live very close to me, so like literally 10 steps away right now. And she's helpful when she can be, but like at the same time, Kyle and I don't do things by ourselves ever. And it's by choice also. Like we definitely like want that time, and we want time with our son too. And so it does feel like the last 2 years we just kind of like, it's only been me, and Cohen doing everything. So I'm really excited about our honeymoon, just because, one, we've had friends who have always been like, don't push it off, like, go on your honeymoon. We were like, no, it's fine, we want to have all the kids. And then that's not what's happening right now. So we need to get on the honeymoon, because that's what I want.
I'm one of those friends with my horror story of a honeymoon, not the actual event itself, but getting to it. I'm definitely your friend pushing you, like, do not put it off.
Yeah, but most people have told us that, and like I was always kind of like, oh, it's okay, we'll go on vacation. Like I didn't really think about it until I was realizing, like, oh my God, Kyle and I really haven't spent like solid time together. Even just like talking is becoming a little bit hard.
Yeah,
our toddler kind of like always chiming in, or like, and he's so polite because we've asked him and tried to teach him to say like, excuse me, or like, excuse me, mom and dad, and like, but now it kind of feels like he just does it to like stop us from talking. And I know it's not intentional, he's just 2, but there was like a few moments trying to plan our honeymoon where I was like, oh no, we have to go. Like I'm starting to feel like can we just talk for like a minute?
Yeah,
which feels weird. Like, we're together obviously all day, all the time.
Yeah.
But we just were like very much in our routine. And then like we were so excited about the wedding, and that was so fun, and we did get to like talk a lot more about that, and then it was kind of like happened and moved on, done. We're like, we did it, and then that's it. So yeah, we are also trying to just like prioritize,
and you just
not just back us 3, but like us, Kyle and I, as us too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
if you could describe married life in 3 words, what would you say?
I mean, I don't want to say easy, but I feel like Kyle and I's love has been pretty easy for us. Like, So nothing really, really feels like a change to me. I just am like, yeah, we got to have our big party, and like that feels really good. But I do think I'm even, like, we've always tried to be also really intentional in, like, if my feelings are hurt, like, I'm gonna tell you, you hurt my feelings. But then again, I had my son, and now it's like, what are you feeling? How are you? How's it go? Like, I just didn't feel those check-ins, like, coming from Kyle. So I feel like that's where I just think it's, like I said, we're prioritizing a different type of communication. So
communication's one of the words?
Oh, easy.
I got lost. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I can cut all of that.
No,
so, yes, I was going to say, don't want to say easy, but, like, it does feel easy to me. So some people might not like that, but it feels good. And then I'd say, communication on both ends, like, how I'm communicating with Cohen, how Kyle's communicating with me. And I think that's really, really important. You said 3 words, right?
I said 3, but...
Okay, easy, communication, and I do think it feels a little more real.
Does it?
Yeah, like, not that nothing's changed, but it just feels a little more like, oh, we have to work through this. Like, I want to talk to you, and I want you to talk to me, and we have to just kind of, like, continue to be intentional about that. So, yeah, I think it does feel real. Like, the papers are signed, and
another layer was added on.
Yeah. Like, not that I really thought about it that differently, but it does feel like it's like a solid, we did it.
Well, that's what a commitment is, right? It is putting, like, another notch in the belt of, like, realness.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that.
I was gonna say current mood, vibe. How you feeling?
I'm in a pretty motivated vibe, I'd say, about most aspects of my life right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm also I'm not in a healing vibe, but I'm really aiming to be in a healing vibe. And I feel like for me that kind of goes hand in hand, because one of my ways of healing myself is pouring into things I like to do, which is kind of where my motivation comes in. And I always feel like I sound so annoying when I say this, but, like, truly working out is a hobby for me, and truly working out is, like, one of my versions of, like, it's obviously taking care of myself, but one of my versions of, like, self-care. I sound annoying when I say that, but I legitimately, like, that feels like me time. It shouldn't be a hobby. I should find a real hobby. But I'm in a motivated healing vibe, and I'm trying to, very similar to what you were saying about communication with my husband, one of the things we're really talking about right now is putting myself first and leaning into that and not feeling any guilt and just, like, doing it, and the rest of the world will continue
I'm not looking
on.
at her eyeballs because
the rest of the world will continue on.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not bending over backwards for others. And I can do for me while still caring for others.
Yeah.
So.
No, that makes total sense. I'm gonna leave that with you, because I'll cry if I start to talk about who's trying to heal and what's going on.
So my last question that I had written down for you. What was your biggest challenge of the last 6 months?
Oh God. She wants to make me cry. She's trying. Now I know you're trying.
I'm not trying, but I'm not naive to know that.
Yeah, like, one of these are gonna be a tearjerker. Yeah. It just is. I mean, one, we took a big break from podcasting, from, like, just all of the things that felt really good to us for a long time. And so I think both of us had, like, our moments of, like, needing healing in places that, like, nobody ever wants to talk about. So, like, I think the struggle was, like, knowing that we like couldn't do it to make ourselves feel better, because we had to prioritize everything else. Like, all aspects of our lives, all friendships, all family, like, it hasn't got to be about, like, us as friends. And so, I mean, one, I hate that we like nothing we did. It's just like the break from everything. It was needed to heal. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm like
our relationship was
no, like just not being able to talk about it like we were. Like Shannon helped me plan my whole wedding, my whole like everything. So like I was so used to like us talking.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And then now I feel like we're in such an excited space because we actually did need to kind of like heal other things in our lives.
Yeah.
Before we could like be back here and strong and be like the encouragement that we both needed for each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say like it's the hardship is us at all. I love us.
Yeah.
But it was like everything else kind of pulling our attention away.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we're in a space where we're like, we have the support. We have like, our husbands are like, oh yeah, you guys are going to podcast again? Cool. Like, I feel like that's where the healing is for both of us. Like, we had to be moms.
Yeah.
And be wives and be that. So, yeah, I'm just like, I'm so excited about everything we're doing because Shannon and I now get to talk again, like, all the time.
Yeah.
And like every time we're together, it's a new idea and something else exciting to talk about.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I also just think it's, moms, it's hard to like admit that like, hey, we don't really have it all figured out right now, so we're gonna take a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we can come back, and be in such a beautiful creative space now. Where like Shannon and I got a lot to say, you guys. It might not sound like it tonight.
I know it now sounds very like not ominous, but just like vague. But we just have so many like thoughts, ideas, things running through our head, but I needed a step back and like just less commitments for a minute. Absolutely. And I would never want this to feel like a burden to either one of us or anything that we do to feel like a burden. But like, I did feel guilty being like, I can't record anymore. But yeah, I think we both, I can't speak for you, but I know I needed just like to not have another thing on my calendar or like not have another thing that I had to say, I can't tonight. Yeah. Mentally and or time-wise, I just can't.
That's what I mean. We were like meeting at such crazy times for both of us. Like Shannon's one having to like feed her family, put babies down, and then stay awake to like record. And then I was like just finishing dinner, finishing bath, trying to rush, trying to get to her. And we're both like, we want to show up for each other. So we're like, we got it. We got this. And then we would get on, we'd both be like, did we talk about anything?
Yeah, 1,000%.
And so, I think it was like, the break was needed. So now we have all this fun, like, stuff to share.
Yeah, I agree.
So that feels really good.
I agree.
Okay, these ones are kind of lame, but we can just both answer them, okay?
Okay.
And then we can call it. I don't know. You guys done listening to us talk? Who knows if any of that made sense, okay? But we're back, and we're really excited. So I was just gonna say favorite show and favorite song right now. Your favorite show that you've watched recently, and favorite song.
Okay.
What's your favorite song right now?
My favorite show recently. I haven't been watching a ton of shows, and I'm gonna say I haven't been listening to a ton of music because I've been really trying to pour into being constructive with my free time. But one of my favorite binge things that I just did was The Trust on Netflix. It's a game show / reality show / whatever if you haven't watched it. If you're about all that stuff, it's great. I just thought it was a really fun new spin on a game show / reality show that I haven't seen before. And a lot of them can end up being very similar in the way they do it. So I was obsessed with that. I think I watched it in 2 nights.
I think it was 3 nights.
Yeah. And then I could not tell you a favorite show or song right now at all. 100%. Don't even know what's on the radio. But I will say I have recently found a new podcast. His name is Andrew Huberman. It's called the Huberman Lab. He is a neuroscientist from Stanford, and he is just like talking about everything that is my jam, about like all the health stuff I want to know, all the mindfulness stuff I want to know, all the things like that my like the hippie side of me loves, but with like a science background, which is also how my brain works. I need to know science. And it's just been so awesome. I've been like, everything he says, I go do, and I see the effects right away. Like, I now watch the sunset and I watch the sunrise every morning, and I've noticed the effects, and I don't give a shit if it's a placebo effect. He's like, here's the reason why it's good for you. Here's what you want to do. Here's gonna blah, blah, blah. Here's how you do it. And I go do it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. So
fun. Kyle and so this is funny that I like that you said sunset, because I will tell Kyle sometimes, like when we're not together, I'll be like, did you see the sunset? And he says, every night. And I'm like, we don't watch it every night, but he's like, it does it every night. So like we could literally see it anytime you want. And I'm like, but did you see it?
But did you see it tonight?
But did
you see it
beautiful? It was really pretty. He's always like, yeah, sure. Like, but fun. Yeah. I love that you're doing that.
Yeah.
I do feel like any morning that I wake up and see a sunrise feels like, wow.
Amazing.
It's so much better than not seeing it. Like, I'm never upset that I saw a sunrise or a sunset.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that makes total sense.
Yeah. How about you? Favorite show, favorite song?
Okay, favorite show. I don't know if this is old, but Young Sheldon. I have,
you keep talking about that.
Binge watched Young Sheldon in like the snowy days that we had, because I was home for like 2 weeks. You guys stuck in the snow. It was beautiful, but that's what I watched was Young Sheldon, and I was dying laughing. Like, and I didn't watch the one like where Sheldon's character's from.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a couple episodes like here and there, so I knew Sheldon's character.
Yeah.
But like, I think this storyline is so fun, and like the characters in the family are just like hilarious.
Yeah.
And so it's been a long time, I think, since Kyle and I like sat down for a show. We're like, this is funny.
Yeah.
And like, or we can just have it on and like, it's not Seinfeld or Friends, because that's what we always put on to just like be background or whatever.
But you feel like it could be a contender with those? Like, it's just a good all-time show.
The humor is just funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny. And it's like, some of it I feel like it's relatable because you have siblings and there's like a family dynamic and stuff. But like, they're just really, really clever.
Yeah. I love that.
And I love it. And then favorite song, I feel like I had an idea in my head, and then I'm not really good at remembering songs that I love right now. But what I did love, today's Super Bowl Sunday, and Shannon and I just about showed our pants that Alicia Keys was there.
Yeah.
We were dying. We were having the time of our lives. All we watched really was
that's all we saw.
Show. And I just love Alicia Keys. Like,
we were excited for Usher, and then Alicia Keys came on, and I was like, oh my God,
what?
And she was on there for 45 seconds, and it made the whole show.
Yeah, so I do feel like my favorite performance right now is the Super Bowl Sunday performance.
Yeah.
And
Usher, I know you're going to hear this, but that was insane. That was my people. You bring out Ludacris, you bring out Lil Jon,
I know.
will.i.am, you bring out her. Oh my gosh. Fantastic job, Usher.
I seriously freaking loved it. I was so excited. My first real concert was Usher. And so like, all the memories. I was 18. Wow, that feels like a long time ago. But like, I was having the time of my life. I had to text my uncle, and I was like, Usher? Oh my God, you remember when you took me? We had the best time.
Yeah,
so,
you can't go wrong with Alicia Keys.
I do feel like that's my favorite right now. So
awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Well, I love you, and I'm so happy that you're here.
Me too.
In Texas, we're in Texas together.
Yeah, Kendrick and I drove down, or Kyle and Jenna flew into Texas with some of their longtime family family, whatever you want to call them, blood. And Kendrick and I decided to drive down, and we've done like just a weekend of just throwing our families together, and it's been fantastic.
I love it. It's been so great.
Kids playing, swimming, good times.
Yeah, good vibes.
You guys are gonna hear a podcast in a hot tub.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's just gonna be so really fun. So I love you.
I love you.
We did it. Another episode.
Cheers to 2024. Let's do it.
Cheers to 2024. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Sorta Ambitious. Thanks for joining us on this roller coaster of momhood and entrepreneurship.
Remember, life gets hectic, and we can't promise to drop an episode every week, but we will certainly try our best. Your understanding means the world to us.
If you want more behind-the-scenes action, connect with us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, where we're sharing laughs, struggles, and the occasional dance party, because why not?
And if you enjoyed our chat today, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We've got some incredible guests and topics lined up for this year, and we won't want you to miss out.
Your support keeps us going, so make sure to spread the love. Share this podcast with your fellow mompreneurs, friends, or anyone who could use a good dose of ambition and reality.
Until next time, stay Sorta Ambitious and remember, you're doing an amazing job.